Blessings to you all. Thank you for tuning back with me, Toya. If you're new to the garden, welcome. This is a garden of peace, spirit, love, and truth. So if you feel any of those things in your spirit, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button and vibe out with me in the upcoming videos. Today, guys, we're just gonna be talking on a general sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just things that been popping up in my head today, things that I've personally meditated on today, and just things that I feel are worth sharing because you may be going through the same thing or you may have had the same thought at a certain period of time. But anyway, we're just gonna get straight into it. So that thought I was just thinking, and what I've been meditating all day is just God's way is the easiest way. When I think back about like what people used to tell me, it's just like, ugh, like not in the sense of like, oh my gosh, they were just so wrong. It's just like God's way is the easiest way. God's gonna show you the most easiest way to do something. God's going to show you the most easiest path to take. God's going to show you and incline you to just do it the most easiest way because his way is the easiest way. And I don't mean easy like, oh, everybody can do it. No, it's going to come to a point to where you're going to have to push yourself with some things, but it's not those things that you don't know what you're doing. It's not those things that are so hard for you to get to the point to where you're stressed out. Now you're angry. Now you're worried. And now you're just going through every and anything. And it's like, it's none of those things that's going to put you in that type of situation. It's none of those things that's going to make you feel like you can't do it. It's not going to be like that. It may be something that you're going to have to motivate yourself to do. It's going to be something that you're going to have discipline and obedience with. But it's not something that you can't do. It's not something in a way that it's just like you're never going to get it accomplished. You're going to get it accomplished. And it's just like meditating on it. God's just showing me like even with people's gifts. People have a lot of gifts. People have a lot of things that they're good at. You know, for myself, for example, it's just like I'm good at arts and crafts. I'm good at building stuff sometimes. I'm good at putting things together and I'm good at problem solving. So it's like all those gifts God's given me, everything that I go through, God already knows I can handle because he already know what he bestowed upon me. He already know what he instilled in me. He already know that I can get it accomplished. And it's like even on the same scale of gifts you didn't even know you had. It's like for braiding example. I know I used an example last time, but it's just like, again, braiding. Like I wasn't really a big time hair person, but it's like God showed me that just do it. Just try it. It's not like you have to put it on video. It's not like you have to show people. Just try it. Just do it. And it's like when I did it, it was like, wow, I did that. God, you have me do that? Like, God, this is all by your hands because you're the one that exposed me to this gift. You're the one that showed me that I can do this drawing. You're the one that showed me that I can do these workshops. You're the one that showed me that I can talk to people. I can have a conversation. I may be a little nervous at first. I may be a little awkward at first, but that conversation is going to get to where that conversation is going to get to where that conversation is going to get to. And it's the same thing with making videos. When I first started making videos, it was just like, man, this is different. Like I got the camera in my face now and I got this bright light in my face and I'm talking to this camera, but it's like through my meditations, like I said in that other video, I meditate out loud. So it's like I could be staring at a little piece on the wall or something and just be talking. So it's like God's just like do the same thing with the camera. Do the same thing with the phone. It's nothing different. Just say what you have to say and say what I want you to say and that's it. And it's just like God's way is the easiest way. God already knows what you're able to do and God already knows what that's going to be a little shaky for you. But at the same time, he's still going to expose things to you that you feel, you know what I'm saying, that you never knew. That you never knew that you can do. And it's like, I remember watching like movies and stuff and it's just like, wow, I didn't know I can do this, Jimmy. And Jimmy's like, I knew you had it in you all the time. And it's just like, exactly. God knows you have it into you. God knows you have it in you. God knows you have the things required to complete this task. God knows you have the things to make this miracle manifest, to make these blessings manifest. God knows you have them. And it's like, you just have to trust that the Lord's way is the easiest way. You just have to know that God's not going to put me in no situation that's going to harm me. God's not going to put me in no situation that's going to affect me in a way where now I'm just everywhere, it's like God's not going to do that to you. And at the same time, you going through what you're going through and you're doing what you're doing and you're going on your path with the Lord, God's holding your hand the whole time. God is with you the whole time. I remember being told when I was growing up and I was maturing, I remember being told, I'm not going to hold your hand through life. Nobody's going to hold your hand through life. And being told that in the moment and like the age I was told that, it was just like, I was scared. Like, wow, I have to grow up. I have to grow up and I got to grow up by myself. I got to grow up and I got to do things myself and I got to be myself. And it's just like, you know, I felt like God used that as a greater thing for me to push me into where I am now. Like, I'm not saying I'm just independent. Like, no, I'm not independent. I'm dependent on God. I'm not independent. I rely on God with everything. And God just showed me that I'm going to hold your hand through life. I'm going to show you in what you need to do for everlasting for my name. And I'm going to make sure you stay afloat. I'm not going to make it to where it's too hard for you, but I'm not going to make it to where it's too soft for you. You're going to be just fine, and I'm going to make sure it's just right for you. And it's just like, when I found out that God was holding my hand through life, it was a game changer. It was just like, it put me in a mindset of, okay, it's Elohim over everything. It's God over everything. And it's just like, not in the sense of, oh, I don't have to listen to nobody. And then like, no, I'm not even coming like that. It's just like, I listen to God. I do what God tells me to do. And if you really want to get to me, you got to get to the Lord. Because that's where I went. And God said he's my protector. God said he's my mountain. He's my rock. He's not going to let anything happen to me. So it's like a father figure. With like, if you want your friend to stay over at the house, you got to ask your mom. You got to ask your father. And it's the same thing with God. Like, if you want me to hang out with y'all got to ask God. Y'all got to ask God if I can come outside. Y'all got to ask God if I could be around y'all. Because it's just like, you got to ask my parent. Because my parent's the one that's caring for me. God is the one that's showing me the ropes. God is the one that's caring for me. God is the one that's being that parental figure. To being that lover, to being any and everything that you need him to be for you, to comfort you. And it's like, God's my everything. So it's like, when it comes to people telling me something or showing me something, it's just like, I look to God like, okay, God, are you telling me that? Or are they just saying that? Are you instructing that I do that? Or are they just telling me? And it's like, again, it's like, no hate, no shade, no name. It's not on no disrespect. It's just like, I don't think God said that, so I shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's like your friend asking you to come outside, and it's just like, I gotta ask my mom first. I gotta ask God if that's okay, because if God says it's not okay, I'm not gonna do it. If God says no, I'm not gonna go over there. And it's just like, that's just what I've been meditating on. It's like, that's how I feel right now. That's where I feel like I'm in life. And it's like, I was also just thinking on like past things people said, past things I've told people. Like, I remember telling people dreams, and I remember telling people like, I want to do this and I want to do that. And it's just like, with them, it's just like, I got a negative answer with it. Versus me going to God and me telling God about it, and God's like, do it. Go do it. Like, when I held my first workshop, it was around October, and it was a pumpkin painting workshop. And mind you, I got everything from the dollar store. I made my flyers. I passed my flyers out all by hand. You know, God had somebody help me through it, and I'm grateful for that. They helped me through it. And it's just like, God's just like, do it. And when I did it, it was just like, cool. And it's like, God aligned everything specific for it. Like, when I was buying the little pumpkins for it, God aligned it to where it was just like, oh, you know what? You're going to get 5 crates of pumpkins for just $5. For just $2. You know what? Make them 2 cents each. And it's like that's why I love rocking with the Lord, because it's like, God, the way God's going to set it up is going to be so easy. My first workshop, it wasn't hard. It wasn't anything. Like, it felt so good that it felt like when people say it's too good to be true, like, that's how it feels. But it's not in the sense of like, oh, I don't believe it. Like, God, like, I know you did it for me, God, but I don't believe it. Like, no, I believe it, God. I have faith in you, Father. I know you did it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when God comes through for me every time, and God just shows me that, it's just like, just do it my way. My way is going to be the most easiest way for you. And it's a relief. It's a pressure relief when you do things God's way. It's a pressure relief when you just stick on the path with what God has you sticking on. And it's like God's going to tell you, and he may warn you up ahead, like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. And it's not to scare you. It's not to make you feel some type of way. It's just to tell you, like, this is what's going to come about. This is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So now you're mentally prepared, and now it's just like, cool, like, God's going to give me that heads up. And it's like, just going through life and remembering what things that people have told me, it was just so confusing. Like, that's why I just stick with God, because things people used to tell me, it would just be so confusing. Like, this one person was telling me, you know, when I was your age and I was growing up, you know, when I got my first job, all I did was save. I didn't spend anything, you know what I'm saying? And when you're that age, you just need to save, and don't spend anything. And mind you, during this time they're telling me this, I just got my first job. God just provided me with my first job. God just provided me with everything I just prayed for. So I was ecstatic. I'm living on a high life in this season with God, and I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm frolicking in the lands, and God's like blessing over me and giving me all these confirmations. And it's like, to hear that from somebody that, oh, you need to do things this way. I mean, I didn't brush it off, but it was like, okay, I'm gonna do that way, but I'm gonna go take it to God first, and I'm gonna ask God how he wants me to do it. And he showed me. And then, you know, this same person turns around and then says, you know what? You gotta live your life. You gotta do what you want to do. You gotta experience things you want to experience. Don't worry about the money. Just go spend it. And that's what it was basically indicating. It was just like, didn't you just tell me not to spend money on going on this trip? And now you're telling me to spend money going on this trip? And mind you, this trip wasn't cheap. This trip was like $1,000. And I'm like, you know, I was ecstatic. I'm like, I got a job, and whoever else needs help going on this trip, I can help you pay for it. So it's like, to be told not to spend money, then to be told to just go spend money and just go live out, just go live life. It was just like, so what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go spend money and live life, or do you want me to save and be strict on myself? And it was just like, when I was dwelling and I was living amongst people and I was just listening to what they were saying, it was just like, I'm gonna just stick with God. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just stick with God. And even when I was in like my beginning of my business era, people used to tell me like, oh, it's gonna take 3 to 4 years to get your business established. It's gonna take 3 to 4 years to get it up and running. And I'm listening, but I'm just like, that don't sound right. God, that don't sound right. And then even God showed me it wasn't right, because God had me get my business established in that season that I was being told that. God literally established my business. And I'm just like, okay. Like, okay. I didn't have to wait 3 to 4 years, because I'm doing it with the Lord. I didn't have to go through everything God had. Not God. I didn't have to go through everything man was telling me, because God was showing me that you're doing it with me. So you don't need credit score. You don't need to do it this way. You don't need to go through this contract and this business to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. And I'm going to show you how to do it the righteous way. I'm going to show you how to connect with people the righteous way. Do it for free. Do it for free. It doesn't matter if you do what you do for free. It doesn't matter at all, because at the end of the day, you're not even doing it for the money. At the end of the day, you're doing it because you love seeing people smiling. You love seeing little kids paint. You're doing it because you love seeing senior citizens having a good time using their dexterity to paint a rock. You do it because you love it. And it's like, I'm grateful that I just went on God's path, and as he showed me, to just do it because I love it. Do it because you love it. Don't do it because, well, I mean, you do it for your own reasons, but it's like, for me, it's like, I just do things because I love it. I just do things because, you know, it makes me feel good. I like how things look, and it's just like, it's just easier to do it with God. And when I inquire of the Lord and I just let God handle everything, and God's just showing me how he wants things done, it's just like, wow, this turned out beautiful. Wow, this was really easy. Wow, I didn't even have to do that. No, you didn't have to do that. No, you didn't have to go over there. No, you didn't have to talk to this person, that person, that person. Just talk to me. And I'm going to align it the way it needs to be aligned, so you can get them pumpkins for 2 cents. I'm aligned the way it needs to be aligned so you can get all the necessities that you need for this workshop. And it's just like, when I just started doing stuff with the Lord and inquiring of the Lord and just allowing God to tell me everything what to do, everything was easy. It's just such an easy path, and it brings out things in you that you didn't even know. When I started running, I was just like, it was just a thought like, oh, you know what? I can start running and I can get in shape, and it could just be something that I just start. And it's just like, in the beginning of the run, it was just like, yeah, I don't know if this is really for me. But as I continued running, God's showing me like, this is for you. This is something that you truly want to do. This is something that you truly want. Now you're going to have to push yourself more than you ever pushed yourself before. But that doesn't mean you don't have the spirit to do it. That doesn't mean, even though it's going to be a little hard for you, it doesn't mean that you can't overcome and that you can't achieve what you're trying to achieve with running. And I was just like, wow. Like, thank you for showing me that, God. Thank you for showing me that I can push past those limits. I can push past everything and just push it out the way, because there's nothing really in my way that's stopping me, because I have God. I'm walking God's path. When you're walking God's path, again, there's nothing that's going to stop you. Nothing is a stumbling block. Nothing is a gap that's going to make you feel like, oh, well, there goes the end of my path. I got to stop here. No. You can go as further as you want with the Lord. You can go as far as you want with the Lord. For God said he's giving you everlasting life, so why not just go everlasting with God? Why not just really see all those thoughts God has for you? And it's just like, that's how I feel right now. That's how I feel. That's where my spirit is right now. That's where my heart is right now. And that's where I am with the Lord. Like, I'm just go everlasting with the Lord. And I'm going to just go and take that easy path. I'm going to just take God's path, because God's making it easy for me. And, you know, that concludes how I feel right now. And if you feel the same way, just keep in mind that it's you and God's path. And God's not going to put you in no harmful situation. So if something's coming up stressful and you feel like you're in a stressful situation, I don't think it's for you, honey. I don't think it's for you. Glory be to the Lord. But, you know, if it's something that's coming easy for you and you're doing it with the Lord, it's going to always be easy for you. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again.